Good morning, everyone. My name is Salome Beiler, and I'm from Pennsylvania. I grew up in Lancaster County, surrounded by Amish families, and I've learned more from watching their lifestyle than I ever could from any health guru or Instagram influencer. Today, I want to share something that changed the way I start my mornings. And honestly, it might sound too simple to be true, but I promise you, this works. For years, I'd wake up feeling sluggish. You know that feeling where you need coffee just to feel human? Where your stomach feels heavy and you're dragging yourself through the morning? I'd see my Amish neighbors up at 4:30 in the morning, working in their fields, full of energy, and I kept wondering what their secret was. Then one day, my neighbor Martha invited me in for breakfast, and before we ate anything, she handed me a small glass of what looked like murky water. I'll be honest, I was skeptical. But what happened over the next few hours completely changed my perspective. The drink is incredibly simple. It's made from 3 ingredients that have been used for centuries, not just by the Amish, but by communities all over the world who understood natural remedies long before we had pharmaceutical companies. Raw apple cider vinegar, fresh ginger, and garlic. That's it. Some families add a little honey and lemon juice, but the core is those 3 powerful ingredients. Now, before you click away thinking this sounds gross, let me explain why this works and what it actually does to your body. Let's start with apple cider vinegar. We're not talking about the clear, processed stuff you find in most grocery stores. The Amish use raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar that still has what's called the mother in it. That cloudy substance at the bottom of the bottle is actually beneficial bacteria and enzymes. Scientific studies have shown that apple cider vinegar can help regulate blood sugar levels, which means fewer energy crashes throughout the day. A study published in recent years found that people who consumed apple cider vinegar with meals experienced significantly lower post-meal blood glucose levels. That's huge, because when your blood sugar is stable, you don't get those mid-morning crashes where you're reaching for another cup of coffee or a sugary snack. But here's what really matters for your stomach. Apple cider vinegar encourages healthy digestion by stimulating stomach acid production. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive because we're always told acid is bad, but the truth is, many digestive problems actually come from too little stomach acid, not too much. When your stomach has enough acid, it breaks down food properly, absorbs nutrients better, and prevents that bloated, uncomfortable feeling after eating. Research from Johns Hopkins and other institutions has confirmed that apple cider vinegar can help with efficient digestion, meaning food doesn't sit in your gut fermenting and causing problems. Now let's talk about ginger. This is one of those ingredients that's been used medicinally for thousands of years. In the Amish community, ginger is considered essential, especially for digestive health. The active compound in ginger is called gingerol, and multiple scientific studies have documented its effects. Ginger speeds up gastric emptying, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps move food through your digestive system efficiently. If you've ever felt that heavy, full feeling that lasts for hours after a meal, ginger addresses that directly. It also reduces inflammation in the gut, which is critical because chronic inflammation is linked to so many modern health problems. What really impressed me, though, was learning that ginger is more effective than some medications for nausea and digestive discomfort. Harvard Medical School published findings showing that ginger relieves bloating, gas, and general stomach upset. When you combine it with apple cider vinegar, you're getting a 1-2 punch that supports your entire digestive system. Then there's garlic. Now, I'll admit, drinking garlic juice first thing in the morning isn't the most pleasant experience, but here's why it matters. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which has powerful antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Studies have shown that garlic helps reduce harmful bacteria in the gut, while supporting the growth of beneficial bacteria. Your gut health affects everything from your immune system, to your mood, to your energy levels. When your gut microbiome is balanced, you feel better, period. The Amish have been using this combination for generations because it works. They call it a digestion tonic, and some families have been making variations of this recipe since the 1800s. There's actually a commercial version called Old Amish Digestion Tonic that's based on this traditional recipe, and thousands of people swear by it for acid reflux and stomach problems. So here's how you make it at home. You need 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, a small piece of fresh ginger about the size of your thumb, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, warm water, and optionally, a teaspoon of raw honey and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Grate or juice the ginger and garlic. Mix everything together in a glass of warm water, stir well, and drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Some people take just a tablespoon or two of the concentrated mixture and chase it with water because the taste is strong. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, the first time you try this, you might make a face. It's tangy, it's spicy, and garlic breath is real. But here's what I noticed after doing this for just 1 week. First, I stopped waking up with that heavy, bloated feeling. My digestion improved dramatically. I wasn't running to the bathroom with an upset stomach, and I wasn't dealing with acid reflux anymore. Second, my energy levels throughout the day were more consistent. I didn't have that 3 o'clock crash where I desperately needed sugar or caffeine. Third, my appetite felt more regulated. I wasn't constantly hungry or craving junk food. What's interesting is that this isn't just anecdotal. Research shows that when you support healthy digestion, everything else improves. Your body absorbs nutrients better, your immune system functions properly, and you have more natural energy because you're not wasting resources dealing with digestive distress. The Amish understood this long before we had scientific studies to prove it. They work physical jobs from sunrise to sunset, and they need sustainable energy, not the kind you get from energy drinks that crash you 2 hours later. There's also something to be said about the simplicity of this. In our modern world, we're constantly sold complicated solutions. Buy this supplement, take this pill, drink this overpriced shake. The Amish approach is the opposite. 3 ingredients, most of which you can grow yourself or buy for a few dollars. No marketing gimmicks, no miracle claims, just practical wisdom passed down through generations. I also want to mention that this isn't a magic cure-all. The Amish don't just drink this tonic and then eat garbage all day. They eat whole foods, mostly home-cooked, and they're physically active. This drink works best as part of an overall healthy lifestyle, but as a morning routine, it's one of the most effective things I've added to my day. If you have sensitive digestion or any medical conditions, obviously check with your doctor before trying something new. Apple cider vinegar can be harsh on tooth enamel, so some people drink it through a straw and rinse their mouth afterward. Start with a smaller amount if you're new to it and see how your body responds. Here's the bottom line. The Amish have figured out how to maintain energy and health without relying on modern supplements or pharmaceuticals. They use what nature provides, and they've been doing it successfully for centuries. This morning drink is one of those simple, practical remedies that actually works. It cleans out your digestive system, supports healthy gut function, and gives you steady energy that lasts all day. I've been drinking this for months now, and I can't imagine starting my morning any other way. On days when I skip it, I notice the difference. My stomach feels heavier, my energy dips, and I just don't feel as good. The Amish don't need convincing because they've seen the results generation after generation. Maybe it's time we paid attention to what they've known all along. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that coffee or that sugary breakfast, try this instead. Give it a week. See how you feel. Your stomach will thank you, your energy levels will improve, and you might just understand why the Amish have been starting their mornings this way for over 100 years. Thanks for watching, and here's to better mornings and better health.